Hey there, this is Mathia Ford with renaldiethq.com, and I am so excited to talk to you today about a low potassium diet. Let me add my little link to my blog post that this is I'm talking through. And today I wanted to talk about low potassium diet, but I also wanted to tell you that I'm so excited because I got my recipes. They're here that are going to be coming up. Let me get them to work. For the Zestify Your Diet series that I'm doing on YouTube, that's coming out in September. It'll be Thursdays in September. And I kind of have it planned where I do something a little different every week. Like one week is breakfast or soup, another week is salads, another week's entrees, another week's side dishes. And then if there happens to be a fifth week that month, then I'm going to do kind of a Q&A. So I'm pretty excited about that because I want to tape those videos and get them ready for September. So that's coming soon. But today, let's talk about low potassium diets because people can have a low potassium diet for lots of reasons, but mainly what happens is that potassium is building up in your bloodstream. Potassium is what causes or it's one of the reasons why your muscles are able to contract very easily. And so if you have too much in your blood, then it affects that reaction that your muscles have and the amount that you have in your body. And you don't want those things to stop working. So, like, especially because your heart is like a big muscle, you don't want that to stop. So you want to manage your potassium. So the only reason you should manage your potassium or, even focus on the low potassium foods is if your regular doctor or your nephrologist has told you to follow a low potassium diet. So this is usually, you're further along in kidney disease, your kidneys aren't processing things as well, so you need a lower potassium diet. So I have today just 3 quick tips that are going to help you to improve your compliance or just even to get started with a renal low potassium diet. So there's usually like salt, table salt is white. And there is a salt substitute that is also white. It's called no salt or new salt or whatever. And it is actually potassium chloride. So while that might be good for people who just need to cut out salt, low potassium diet, you don't want to add potassium chloride to your food. So you want to avoid that salt substitute that's white. You want to use something like a Mrs. Dash or other flavors and seasonings to add to your food. Greens, beans, tomatoes, and like bananas, cantaloupe can be high in potassium. So you can still eat those foods if you want, but you just need to manage your portions. So if you used to eat tomatoes every day, you might want to cut back to eating only every 3 days. I hate telling people to take foods completely out of their diet. So if you like tomatoes, just eat them less often. If you like beans, just eat a smaller portion. Beans can be a really good source of protein, so and low fat and good fiber. So they're good for you, but if you have low potassium, you don't want to do that. So last of all, potatoes can be a good source of potassium. And so you can do a couple things. You can soak your potatoes beforehand and do a process called leaching out the potassium. And then another thing you can do is just substitute rice or pasta in place of the potatoes. So if you have a recipe that calls for potatoes, just see if you can put in rice or pasta in its place. And that will lower your amount of potatoes and therefore lower your potassium that you're taking in. So all those things can help. I just wanted to give you those 3 tips today to get you started doing a low potassium diet. And orange juice, you also want to watch, you might want to switch out for apple juice when you're cooking or when you're eating. And that's all for today. head on over to renaldiethq.com, and on the front page there's links to the different diet plans, and you'll get a free 7-day meal plan. And I look forward to talking to you there. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.